Alright, hey guys. To make a long story short, my computer's incompetent. Meaning I can't make our YouTube account just yet, because my computer doesn't like Google. And Google is the way to make YouTube accounts these days, and whenever we try to go make an account, the Google image doesn't load. By Google image, I mean the verification image. It's got those image letters and numbers, so we don't have robots making YouTube accounts. Somehow or another, Google's not working for me. I can't search anything, any images. I can't even access my Gmail. Anytime I try to access anything Google related, it just times out. The server times out. So I've got to venture to the library by myself to make a YouTube account on their computer so that I can come back and access it here. Myles is not with me, and this is his library card. I've got to impersonate him. And the good thing is that it's all been rubbed off of the back, so if they ask for like photo identification, yeah, it's not gonna work. If they don't, then we get to make a YouTube account. It all boils down to whether or not they ask if I'm Myles. So we're about to find out. Hey guys, so I am finally here after about 2 hours where the library originally was. It had been renovated and such. I drove around for a while looking for it, couldn't find it. Eventually decided to get some dinner. Good old Brahms, still managed by the same guy that managed it when I was like 5. Anyway, so now I'm finally here at the new relocated library. And now, moment of truth. Here we go. So, I just tried to jack their computers to make our account, and it turns out that Myles' library card was a child's library card. Meaning I needed parental, authorization to be able to do anything. And she said, well, you can just make an adult card. And she's like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 20. And god dang, I don't need parental permission to do anything with my life. And she was like, okay, that's great. And you're Myles? It's like, yeah. And she was like, you have ID? So I was like, yeah, no, I don't have it. Now I'm calling some of my friends to see if I can jack some of their computers instead. So I happened to get to the library, and as I explained earlier, the lady was like, you can't make an account, or you can't upgrade your card because you're not Myles, after I tried to impersonate him. And so then on my way home, my friend Hunter, as you saw me dialing on the phone, he called me and was like, yeah, so you can't use the computer and all that stuff. So on my way home, I remember what Myles suggested earlier before I left the library, is that have somebody make the account on their end. I'm still wearing my sunglasses, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Like, have somebody do it on the other end of the computer. So I called up my friend Hannah, and I'm going to have Hannah make the YouTube account whilst I guide her through the process. Yeah, hi Hannah, now you're going to be on YouTube, and you're going to be able to say, John was talking to me at that moment. My face looks really weird in this lighting because it's dark. Anyway, so Hannah, are you ready to do this? Alright, well I'm going to stop the camera and I will show you when it's done. Alright guys, so here I am. We have now created our YouTube channel with the help of Hannah. So this is now created by the help of Hannah. Thank you, Hannah, for your help. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh wait, she'd probably be saying my pleasure. So, now that that is done, now I'm going to upload video, and that is the end of my adventure for today that began at about 3 o'clock. So, oh yeah, you want to hear a funny story?
Yes, please tell us a funny story.
I got to the library, and it turns out your stinking library card was like a child's library card.
I told you.
I could not access the internet via your library card.
What the fuck?
Via your library card.
What?
So I went up, you go up to the computer and you're like, hey, and you type in the thing for, you put the number of the card in,
Yeah.
And then I did that, and it lets you reserve like a time slot.
Yeah.
Because I needed that to make our YouTube account.
Yeah.
Right? So I get up there and I'm like, I put in the thing and then it says you need parental, permission to access anything. So I went over to the lady at the counter and was like, hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
I was impersonating you anyway.
Yeah.
So the lady was like, well, that's because your card is a child's card. I'm like, well, that's great. Well, you can make it an adult's card. I'm like, okay. Little beep beep scanner thing. And it's like, so you're Myles? And I'm like, yeah, Myles. All right. Do you have ID? I'm like, no, I don't. But that was my nifty thing. And then the first time because remember where so I had to drive like all the way up the road. And first I looked for it, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went to Brahms for dinner.
I'm hungry now.
And you know, that freaking manager guy is like that tall. He's got that slick back hair. He's still there.
Wait.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With like, we were like 6 to 7. It's the same freaking guy. I walked in and I was like, shouldn't you be dead?
No, I don't remember.
It was like the freakiest thing in the world. I was like, how is he still here? I mean, how does he move on in life?
Man.
It's not like it's all about Brahms. It's just they caused me a bit of trouble that you didn't have an adult library card.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean,
Well, it's not like we've been. It's like
These
been
bloody
like,
posters.
How many years since the last time we've been there?
oh yeah,
So anyway,
some more little posters. Well, I mean, it sounded better than my day.